Okay, so as I mentioned in the channel, we will start these weekly meetups in a more organized way because, yeah, so far we were trying to answer random questions from our group members, but now it makes more sense that we start having these formal or organized way of discussion so that every week we know, okay, so this is the particular topic that we are going to discuss, and then you can come up with questions around that particular topic. So I thought of why not start with this job seeker visa because we already have an expert, you, Pradyumna, and there are also a lot of people who recently moved to Germany, and and there are a lot of people who are in India and they are wishing or willing to apply for these job seeker visa, and they have a lot of questions in their mind. So maybe this is a step forward in that direction, helping people to understand the whole process and the questions that they have. Yeah, so that's why this session today. So thank you for joining this session again, Pradyumna, and all of the other guys who joined today. So let's get started basically. So guys, you can start with your questions, and I or Pradyumna, we can try to answer those questions. And if there is something that we do not know about, we can try to come back to you in the channels that we have. So please go ahead.
Hi, Anup, Aditya here.
Hey Aditya. Thank you
Yeah,
for
hi.
joining all these sessions, Aditya. I have been observing that you have joined almost all the sessions in the last couple of months.
Thanks. Yeah, it's helping only. So it's like the contribution that you're doing for us is something that is much more helpful. So why not be a participant, right? So that is all we have to do: listen and learn to take step forward. So thank you to you
Thank
also.
you.
And yeah, so first of all, thank you, Pradyumna, for joining. So my main question is that we have been like discussing a lot in this meeting regarding the minimum requirement of experience in the. So can we just get like one clear answer, like is it okay for us to apply before 5 years or not? Because like the current stigma is that 5 years is the minimum cap that is required. But if you can just clarify for us, then like maybe we won't be able, we won't need to ask this again and again coming in this meeting. So because JSV is a very good opportunity and would like to exploit it as early as possible with the requirements given. So yeah.
So right now, as per the official JSP checklist, it's 5 years experience. I mean, so it's not a hard and fast rule that you should have definitely 5 years of experience. See, 4.5 plus is also a good experience, and you will be considered definitely. Because when I applied JSV, I had around 4.6 or 4.7 years of experience, not completely 5.
So one question there, Pradyumna. So is there an official checklist that says that you have to have 5 years of experience for JSV?
Yes, Anup, there is a official checklist.
Okay. Okay, because
Probably
I
I'll
don't
check and
remember
share
seeing
it with
something like that. Okay.
Probably I'll find it out and share it with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
That
as
would
per
be
the
really
rule,
helpful.
because by the time you reach Germany, you should have 5 years. That is what I am actually thinking of. Because no, see, some guys will definitely not have exactly 5 years of experience while they apply. See, probably some will have less than, I mean, around 4.5 plus. So that is also a good experience that you will be definitely considered. While if the documents are good, and you should be, I mean, you will be definitely considered as an applicant.
So there is no as such range, like official range, like minimum to maximum, something like that. Like, is there
There is no
only
maximum.
5 years?
There is no
Okay,
maximum
okay.
range, but the minimum range set was 5 years.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
And then, but the new changes have come. I mean, rather than JSV, people now are shifting towards the chance and Kate, which is
Mm-hmm.
coming up probably next
Yes.
6. So
Yes.
there you will be giving more opportunities for the with the people who has lesser experience, like 3 and 3 plus.
3 years, yes. But it
Correct.
has not been started, right?
Not yet. Not yet. Probably in the next 6 months. Probably in the
Okay.
summer. Next year summer it would start.
Mm-hmm. But then, do you? I have a personal question actually. So, when this chance card comes into action, where would this JSV go? Because why would anyone, apply for a JSV in that case?
Probably they will obsolete this JSV.
Hmm. Okay.
Actually, like small information when I researched was that they're only going to give it on the, like what we say, this there is this like Canada gives it, right? Like by lottery system or something like that. I don't know what the exact word is, but like
Mhm.
if there are like 100 applications, they might select only 5 from the skilled laborers that they need. So I don't know if JSV will go or not, but let's see. Thank you so much.
But for the Chancenkarte, the requirement is you should definitely have a German proficiency there. For the JSV, it was not there, and it's still not there. For the JSV, you don't need a German proficiency. But for the Chancenkarte, there is definitely a German proficiency is
Yes,
required.
it's I think it's B1.
That
Yes.
is there actually.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to get officially certified with Goethe or some other institute, at least till A1, I guess, for the Chancenkarte.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, everyone is looking forward to this implementation of this Chancenkarte, I think.
Yeah.
We don't have full clarity yet, but it looks promising. Let's wait and see, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Probably, I mean, Germany is planning not to invite people during this winter because there is inflation still going on, and also
Yeah.
the electricity or the heating costs are still up. So they
Yeah.
don't want to invite new people and make them suffer or make them feel. I mean, so that it gets burden on the government. So they don't want to invite
Yeah.
new people. That is the reason why they're not introducing Chancenkarte in this season.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Hey, yes, hi, Saurav here, and
Yes,
I
Saurav.
do have in the same line. I do have one question just for my knowledge. So how does it currently work? So let's say, for example, hypothetically, if I land in Germany on a JSV and I get a job and apply for my blue card. Let's say that offer letter cuts off that threshold limit, and but it will. I'm assuming it will take at least 1 or 2 months, right? To get the blue card. So how does it currently work? I mean, do we get a temporary work permit to work on during those 1.5 months until I receive my blue card, or can I directly work on the JSV visa itself? How does that work currently?
No, you're not allowed to work on a JSV until unless you get a blue card. You're not allowed to work.
Oh,
So
so we cannot join immediately. That basically means.
No, you cannot join immediately at all. If you're a JSV holder, you will not be allowed to work until you get the blue card or a blue card or a work permit. What do you say?
Oh, okay.
You should definitely wait for the 45 days or 1 month or 2 months.
Okay. I read somewhere in Quora that there is some temporary kind of thing which KCR or some KVR somebody gives in case you have already applied and you have that receipt number that hey, I've applied for my blue card. So they issue some kind of temporary thing in KCR or KVR they call it. I don't know what it is, but which allows during the meantime you can work immediately if company needs. Is that something?
No. That depends upon the company, Saurabh. So
Acha,
see,
okay.
they should be okay to allow you to work. Mostly the companies will not allow you. As far as I know, in my experience, I've seen people without blue card or without the standard work permit. They are not allowed to start the work.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
basically need a proper work permit to start working, right? So blue card is the job seeker visa is not a work permit, so it still doesn't allow you to work full time. Yeah. So one question there, Pradyumna. So is there a way that you can get some kind of a temporary visa in between the time period between the job seeker visa and the blue card, right? So you have to wait for 1 or 2 months to get the blue card appointment and things like that. So is there a way that you can continue to work with the employer somehow?
No. There's no way.
Okay, and what if the job seeker visa duration is, say, for example, 6 months, right? And if you find the job in, say, 5.5 months, then how
Okay.
will you handle that scenario?
They will give you the fiction based anyway. You're allowed to stay
Okay.
until you get the blue card. Yeah. Probably a letter of authorization comes from the Ausländer Behörde, which allows you, there's a legal, you're allowed to stay in the country.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
that all, including the fiction based on what they say is that you're also allowed to travel inside Europe.
Okay.
In,
Yeah,
in,
and
in
there
that,
there was a
so you get,
question. Sorry to interrupt you. There was a question in the channel around the job seeker visa, that if you get a job seeker visa from India, then do you directly need to travel to Germany, or can you go to some other European countries first and then come to Germany?
no, you have to definitely come to Germany only.
Okay. Okay.
Because job seeker visa is allowed only in Germany, not in other countries.
But when you are in Germany on a job seeker visa, you are still allowed to travel to other Schengen countries, right?
Yes, you are allowed to travel to other Schengen countries, but first you should land in Germany because the visa was stamped from the Germany, right? Not by any
Hmm.
other country. You are not allowed to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supriya has a question. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, both of you. Hi, everyone. Actually, I have got my job seeker visa in September, and I was applying to jobs in from India itself, and I have got selected in one of the companies in Germany. So, my question was, what is the best to apply the blue card visa from India itself or after coming to Germany? What
No,
will be the best?
since you already have a valid visa, I would ask you, I would prefer you to travel to Germany and then apply the visa.
Okay, but my my offer letter will be from November, and I'll be applying to visa in end of January. So would the date matter?
Yeah,
In
please inform the company that you're traveling on a JSP, and it will take. To which city you're coming, Supriya?
on 17th of January.
No, which city?
So Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. So try to get some information. How long does the blue card or the work permit takes place? It's around generally 45 days. For you at least to apply blue card, you need some certain set of documents while you are in Germany, because once you get settled, you have to get the city registration, you have to get the tax ID and bank account, all other details. So it will take around 15 days. So let's say you land in second half of the January, and then it would take by the end of January you will get all the documents, and then probably in the first week of February you can apply for the blue card. And please inform that your company that you're coming on so and so date, and it would take around X number of days to get the work permit, so that they will push your joining date to that specific date that you wanted.
Okay. And like they will release this offer letter in on they're releasing the offer letter on Tuesday. So the offer letter date won't matter, right? Joining date will be of February, but the date on offer letter, they are offering me this job, so and so. So the date on offer letter for Ausland
That wouldn't matter. That wouldn't
Okay,
matter.
okay. That
Only
was
the joining
Thank
date
you.
matters. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay.
Hello, if nobody has any question, I had one extra question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, what is the difference between work visa and blue card? Is there a difference?
That depends on the salary range actually.
Okay, so like that doesn't affect the stay or anything like that, right?
Nothing.
Okay.
So it's just that when you are eligible for a blue card, you basically unlock certain additional benefits. So for example, you can apply for a permanent residency with a blue card at a lesser period of time as compared to normal employment visa. So some additional benefits basically. That's it.
Okay. So eventually everybody does get a blue card, right? Some or the other way, if they're staying for a longer period of time.
You mean PR, right?
Yeah, I mean like you said, somebody who has a blue card can apply for a PR a little quicker compared to somebody who has just a normal work visa. So
Yeah.
if suppose one has a blue card can apply for PR quicker, and someone who has just a work visa should go through the process of getting the blue card first and then apply for the PR, or then they can
No.
apply for the PR like directly. How does that
Yeah,
work?
they can apply for the PR, but the waiting period is a bit longer for them. So if you are a blue card holder, your waiting period is lesser. When I say waiting period, the eligibility period, right? To
And
become eligible for the
okay.
PR.
And is there an eligibility to apply for a blue card?
Yes,
No.
the salary range.
It's only
Okay,
the
okay,
salary.
just the salary range. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
The salary.
So you
And
have to cross a certain
what is
minimum
the
salary range to become eligible for that.
so it must be set by the government, right? The government must have set some ranges for blue card. If
Yes.
there it's not a, can you like share that range if it's possible?
In 2022 for the high skilled labor, it's around 44,000.
Okay,
I
thank
mean,
you.
usually people in the IT industry, they are above that range. So you don't have to basically worry about whether you are eligible for blue card or not. I mean, if you are not eligible for
Okay,
blue
okay,
card, then it doesn't make sense to come to Germany. I mean, it's very
okay,
difficult
okay,
to
okay,
survive here.
Let's say
okay.
if your salary is not eligible, then you can definitely ask the HR team that you're looking for a blue card salary. Definitely they will increase the salary a
Got
bit
it.
and they will give you the blue card salary.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
This
Thank you.
happens only in case of freshers generally.
Okay. Yeah. Clears a
Okay.
lot of
So
things. Thank you.
any other questions related to job seeker visa in particular?
Yeah, this is Kuntal. I have one question.
Mhm.
For job seeker visa, getting a job offer is not mandatory, right? I mean, the job seeker is for to get the visa and to find a job there.
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay. So that links to that question which we were discussing, that how do we know that our salary would be higher than 45,000 per annum and all that. So how do we link that? I mean, is it like, for example, I am assuming that I am a cloud architect and I go to Germany and I will get definitely more than 50,000 per annum. So that's what the assumption we have to take care, or how does it work?
No, you can search on the Glassdoor. They'll know for X number of experience, this is the medium salary that Jabber is offering.
Yeah,
So
but
there are
also
other
it doesn't really matter whether you get a blue card or not after the job seeker visa. So if your aim is to get a job in Germany and you are already in Germany on a job seeker visa, then I think, yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? So you can basically get a blue card even later in your career. So if you get a, say, salary hike after 6 months or 1 year, then you might become eligible for a blue card at that time. So the goal should not be basically to have a blue card eligibility, but more about getting a job in Germany. That is what I would suggest in that case.
Right.
in my experience, from the last 3.5 to 4 years, what I have seen is people with minimum 3 years of experience were able to get the blue card. The minimum with 3 years, people are able to get the blue card. So you
Okay.
are in good place. I mean, since you said you are in cloud architect now, I am assuming you would be having around 8 to 10 years of experience. So definitely you will fall above the blue card.
Yeah, this is my 18th year running, so I have about 17 years of experience.
Oh, then definitely you can expect around 75 to 80,000.
Even more than that.
Even more than that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Hi,
Yeah,
Anub. Hi, Pradyumna. I'm Vasant here. I have a question.
Yeah.
Hey, Vasant, tell me.
Hi. So as everybody knows that the recession is gonna hit world economy, or maybe mainly the IT industry. I think most of the countries have already started. So in that case, I heard that Germany also is gonna be hit worst next year. So in that case, is it a wise decision to come on JSV to find a job in Germany? So what would be the market situation? Any idea on that?
Irrespective of recession, if you are skilled enough, you would be definitely able to survive the recession. Irrespective of which country you are in. So if you are good, if you are enough skilled up to the market level, you will definitely able to secure the job and you'll sustain the job as well. So that completely depends on your skill and how strong you are in your skill. And Germany, once you get the job, definitely the company company or the government will definitely take care of the citizens or the employees who are working or who are actually having a PR or citizenship. So definitely government will take care of these employees. It's not like a hire and fire in Germany.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and even
Thank you.
though you might have heard about hiring freezes going on in certain companies, but if you have heard this news where the German government published that they need around 400,000 skilled laborers every year, and they are basically lacking 400,000 skilled laborers. So you can see the amount of the possibilities in Germany. So even if there is hiring freezes going on, or if there is layoff going on, I mean, it's still, there is a lot of scope and a lot of benefits here. So if you are skilled, as Pradyumna mentioned, if you're skilled and if you know your trade, then no one is going to stop you from getting a job.
So recently, my company has fired employees, but not even one employee from the Germany. All the employees were fired from the US. So the laws are so strong that the company, I mean, government will not allow the companies to fire so easily.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anupam. Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing, just wanted to add here. So even if you get fired after you get a job, you still have these unemployment benefits provided by the German government. So if you are basically eligible for the unemployment benefit, then you get a lot of time period to search for another job. So it's not that you lose your job and you have to go back to your country immediately. So you still have a lot of time to search for a
You
separate
will
job.
have, I believe, you'll have 3 months once you're fired.
At least 3
Yeah.
months, yes.
At least 3 months, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aditya, go ahead.
So actually, we have heard that the job seeker visa waiting list is very long. Like people take somewhere around like 1 year also for them to get the visa, right? So just wanted to understand the timeline of getting the visa, because like the hiring process is higher at a certain time and not so much at the time, like for example holidays, right? So like let's say suppose like if I am applying for a job seeker visa at a time, and let's say I'm estimating somewhere around 8 to 12 months for me to get the visa. So what is the perfect time for me to apply so that I get to Germany during the time when the hiring part is higher, so that I don't lose my months? Like say for example like December, if suppose I'm considering that due to Christmas and various holidays, they might be like hiring part might be a little lower, little slower. So how am I supposed to time my visa application so that I get to Germany at that time when the hiring part is little more, and don't waste my time?
So generally, hiring, I mean, you'll see good number of openings during starting from the February end or the March until August, September. That is a very good time that I observed. You'll have very good number of openings.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I think the question is a bit around how you time the whole thing, right? Because you have to wait for some time to get
And
the visa, and then, yeah. So,
that completely depends on it, because see, let's say for the Chennai, the waiting time is around 6 months, but from Mumbai, Delhi, the JSV wait time gets increased 8 months, 12 months. So that is completely unpredictable at this point of time. But I
right.
would suggest apply as early as possible to get the visa appointment.
Yeah, I would also say that. So don't wait for these, the Christmas holidays or the summer holidays might impact your JSV plans. Rather, just apply as soon as possible so that you get the appointment. So that's the most important thing. So, I mean,
Okay.
even if you get the JSV, you don't really need 6 months. So if you are good at your skills, you can easily get in 2 to 3 months maximum.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Now we can also take other questions other than the job seeker visa topic. So if you guys have any questions, outside of the job seeker visa theme or the topic, then we can also discuss those.
Yeah, I actually had a few queries. If nobody else has, then I can ask.
Yeah, sure. I mean, just go ahead.
Okay, so recently I saw like I follow a few YouTubers who live in Germany, like Indians who live in Germany, and they like explain their life there over there. So with the
Mhm.
recent situation regarding the recession and inflation, they shared that there are people who are being fired in like during the probation period, because I know that probation period is are taken seriously in Germany, unlike India, and they can fire you during the probation period. So
Mhm.
what they suggested was that to like to ask the company, if suppose we are applying from India, to ask the company that if we can complete our probation period from India. So is that actually possible? They also suggested that we can shorten or request to shorten our probation period. Is it actually possible? Because that is what my question is actually. Like there can be a possibility of a 3 month probation and we can request them for a 1 month probation, and there can be a possibility of 6 month probation where we can request for 3 month probation, so that the risk factor of getting fired, especially during the recession period, can be lower. But I don't know, like it was a little bit like what we say confusing, because usually it doesn't happen like we can actually have that kind of a say when it comes to probation period duration part, right? So that was my question actually.
So in my
Yeah.
experience, as per the German government, it's 6 months all across the Germany. It doesn't matter. It is just not to software industry or the IT industry. It is all across the industries. It's the probation time is 6 months.
Correct. Okay.
So
So
I would like to add something here. So as Aditya, I think you heard it right. So it is possible to somehow reduce the probation period. At least I have experienced it in my previous company. So there is a possibility to reduce it from 6 months to 3 months. So it is possible.
Okay.
Just wanted to tell you that.
Okay.
But the other thing, that working from India for the initial probation period, that I'm not sure, because that completely depends on the company, and I don't think the existing laws will allow you to do that for 6 months,
Okay.
right? So maybe 1 month is possible, but not for 6 months or so.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
reducing the probation period is possible, but it's the thing that both the employer and the employee should be, willing to do that. So not
And
just the employee
ask
requesting. Yeah.
and asking for is not like frowned upon or something like that. It is something that we can professionally ask and
Yeah,
put on the
definitely.
table, and
Yeah, definitely.
it won't affect our selection or anything like that. Yeah.
No, I won't say that do it during the interview process, but maybe once you
Yeah,
get
correct.
selected, right?
Maybe once. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, probably it's like you dropping a question to them, like, no, you should actually provide the reasons why you want to reduce the probation to 6 months to 3 months. Because if you are skilled enough and if you are very much confident on your profile, why why do you ask to reduce the probation from 6 to 3? So you should be able to support your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, you have to make them convince. That is the
Okay.
major challenge here.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Got
see,
it. Yeah.
they are hiring you because you are enough skilled. And as soon as you get the contract, you sign the contract, and you start asking for the reducing the probation time. It will, I mean, they will think, probably some kind of doubt in your profile.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
there
of course,
might be
you should
chances.
back it up with
Yeah,
some relevant information.
Yes.
But also there are
yeah,
Okay.
companies who does it on their own, so you don't even have to ask me. So
yeah.
that is my scenario, where in my previous
Oh,
company they reduced it without being asked. So that's why I
did
know about it.
did, did Disbo had this 3 months of probation? No.
They had 6 months of probation, but then they reduced it to 3 months for me, and also a couple
Oh,
of other
that's great.
colleagues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was my question. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe we can take one more question, and then we will end the call today. Anyone planning to come to Germany in the next couple of months? So I heard one of the persons, right? Who was it? Supriya. So Supriya is coming. Other than that, anyone else?
Hi Anup, this is Parag. So I am
Okay,
having
Parag.
appointment for JSV on 1st of December. I am
Okay.
planning to visit Berlin. Like I will in the mid of January.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
nice.
And
Good luck.
yeah, why I choose Berlin? Because last 1 year I gave almost 5 to 6 companies, and most of them were from Berlin.
Okay. So, and you must be in the software industry, right? Software domain.
Nope. Actually, I'm a mechanical engineer,
Ah,
and yeah, so mostly into product, and operations.
okay.
role.
But I have what I have heard so far is mechanical has more scope in the southern part of Germany, like Munich and Stuttgart and those areas, not in Berlin.
Yeah. So I have previously stayed in Stuttgart with my past employer, but as far as the startup and the interview calls that I have received, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good luck.
All the best,
Thank
Parag.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, then let's end the call today. Thank you guys, and thank you Pradyumna especially for joining the call. We would like if you can join in between sometimes and answer the questions, guys.
Definitely, Anum. Yeah. Pleasure is
Thank you.
mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anum.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
all.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.